Hey everyone, it's Lance with the Ride with Lance. And today I'm back on the Nomad 2X. It's been a while since I've made a video riding this bike, but I wanted to talk about it and see if it is still my number one cruiser bike. That I still think it's the number one bike out there. So let's talk about it. Now, this is actually my go-to bike. This is the bike I ride whenever I just want to ride. Maybe it's a non-video ride. When Katrina and I ride together, this is my bike of choice. It is so comfortable, easy to set up, easy to get in a nice, comfortable riding position. I don't really have any upgrade parts on it. It's still the same seat. Full suspension bike, so I don't need a suspension seat post. At one point I did try and put different bars on there, but then I couldn't get it on my bike rack, so I had to go back. But I've gotten used to these, and it's just a really nice ride. I'm going to put it into cadence here. Woohoo, look at that. It's just a high quality bike. I'm keen. Velotric just makes high quality bikes. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. But do I think it is still the number one cruiser bike out there? I do. Now, I haven't ridden every fat tire cruiser out there, but the ones I have, this is still number one. And this is still the one I would go to first to ride. Now, I've had both. Well, this is my third Nomad. I had the Nomad 1 Plus. Then soon after that, they came out with the Nomad 2. And then I had that one. And now the Nomad 2X. And I actually had to make a hard decision between which one I was going to keep, because I can't keep all the bikes I get. You know, they clutter up the garage. They don't get ridden that much because I would be just trying to alternate all these bikes back and forth. But I had to make a decision. And it was a tough decision, because just the Nomad 2 is also a superb bike. So I had to think about how I actually ride these bikes. You know, and I do a lot of trail riding, a lot of stuff in the dirt. And the Nomad 2 is perfectly capable, but the Nomad 2X here, you know, it has the full suspension, a stronger motor. I have the step-through version, easy to get on, and it does great on the dirt, on the trails. You know, not real technical mountain bike trails, but if you're an adventure rider who says, hey, you know, I don't want to stick to the bike path. I want to go down some of these trails too and see what's down there, just like I'm kind of doing now. Even though this is just like a pretty smooth, gravelly road. But this is exactly what this bike is made for. And it is a heck of a lot of fun, I tell you. And there is peace of mind when you buy a higher quality bike from a company that has taken the time to make sure their bikes are built to a higher standard. Now, I'm not sitting here trying to sell you on Velotric, you know, because there's plenty of nice bike companies out there. But this is just my experience with it. And so far, it has been a great experience on all the Velotric bikes that they've sent me to review. I haven't had any where I don't think I've gone, oh, what's going on here? Let's try and ride up this hill. Let me switch camera views. All right, let's take the silly hill. Let's ride up it. I think I did this in the review, but we're going to do it again. I have to take a little easy because my knee is a little sore today, but this bike takes us apart with ease. Now you do have to pedal, It's not going to do it on throttle alone. It'll stop right about here. This is where it gets steeper. And then I got to get up over these rocks. Okay, there we go. And up to the top of this little knoll. We'll take a quick overview of the bike. Right here in the shade. All right, there it is, the Nomad 2X. Or as they put on the bike, Nomad X. This is the step-through version. I'll just go over it quickly for maybe those of you who haven't seen this before. It's got a 750 watt motor, an Acera or a Shimano Acera derailleur with an 8-speed trigger shifter. It is a full suspension. You can see the shock back there. Forks up here are air forks, work really nice. The brakes are hydraulic disc, and the front has a 203 millimeter rotor, and the rear has a 180 millimeter rotor. Nice rack, and this bike, when you look at it, it looks low profile. And you do feel closer to the ground, which gives it a great feeling. You don't feel like you're on this really tall bike. Because a lot of the 4-inch fat tire, 26-inch wheel bikes feel like you're a giant sitting on top of it. But it comes with this nice comfort seat. Haven't felt the need to change that at all. And up here, you have an adjustable stem, so you can get into that any type of riding position you want. I prefer sitting straight up, so I have it adjusted more up. Mine came with metal fenders. I don't know if the ones that nowadays are coming with metal fenders or plastic fenders, but they do make a little noise when you roll over gravel and it flips up. You hear that tink, tink, tink. But there it is, the Nomad 2X. This is my Patriot bike. I got my flag, and if you can see on my valve stem covers, I got a flag there too. But all around, I still think this is the best fat tire adventure bike out there right now. I know I said it for 2025, it was my bike of the year, and I'm going to say it still, unless something else comes along and knocks it out, it'd be my bike of the year for 2026. But let's get back to this ride. Okay, so you know what they say, what goes up gets to go down. So we're going to come up here, turn around, and have fun on this short little downhill. Some rocks here. Gotta roll over these boulders or little rocks here. It's always a fun time. I like this. This is a really steep downhill, and I have total control because these brakes are doing a fantastic job, and this bike is very agile. Hi. So like I've said numerous times now, this is just a fantastic bike. I'm really looking forward to see how they improve it in the next version of the Nomad. Don't know if it's going to be called a Nomad 3 or a Nomad 2X Plus or a 3.0, who knows. But it's kind of hard to imagine what they could do to this to improve it without making it, super expensive. Because you could always put better, higher quality, mountain bike suspension on this if you wanted to, or if they wanted to, but trying to keep the price point down to keep the customers coming in. But still offering what they put on here is really good equipment for what it is and for its main uses. But it will be interesting to see what they would do to improve the next version. Now I have some ideas. I'd like to see at least a 52 volt 20 amp hour battery put on this. I know it'd make the bike a little heavier, but I think it'd make a lot of people happy. Maybe a little more power out of the motor, but this is not lacking on power as it is now. What else? Well, it's got the Acera derailleur on it. I don't know if it would need to, or it'd be advantageous to put a higher quality derailleur on it or not. I might like to see them get away from the adjustable stem, because I'm not too fond of adjustable stems when you're doing off-roading and you're hitting the bike hard on the ground like that. First couple times out on this, and other bike brands too that I've had that, where I've gone out and it's loosened up, and then I've had to really torque it down to get it to not to move. But I think I'd rather see a regular handlebar stem, maybe one that could rise up, but not necessarily adjustable this way, because I can get handlebars to adjust that. I think it just would instill a little more confidence in hard rides, real rough rides. But other than that, I don't know. What do you think they could improve on this? If you own one, either a 2X or just the Nomad 2, what do you think they could do to improve without having to really up the price on it? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, we've got the Boik. The Boik, I don't know why I always say that in videos now. I got a Boik. No, I got the bike pointed towards home. So you have a good day, great week, great ride, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.